Alrighty, and we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Reviewing with Gears of Planet with your host, Gears of Planet. Hello, that's me. I play video games on the internet, and I help you guys get better at them. So, we're back with another episode of Reviewing with Gears of Planet, but this time, it's not Bee Eater, it's somebody else. This time, it is Lonley. If you do not remember Lonley was one of the first couple of people that I did a video of like this type for a couple of months ago, back in October, and they were, or they are, or okay, at the time they were a rather new player who was looking to improve because they kept dying and everything, and they didn't really know what they were doing wrong. So I went through, and well, I made a couple of notes. The first point was if you're not in a fight or shooting someone, store your weapons. I don't think they really understood what the point of storing their weapons was. That was the main one. Be aware what certain dangers entail. This one is more so an experience thing. Like, for example, if you hear a blunderbuss or a minigun, avoid fighting close range with that person. If somebody has a crossbow, avoid corridors or places where you can't move around much. If somebody has a sniper, avoid open fields, etc. Stuff like this. All available tools. This one was mostly just using stuff like that. They had a tendency to like if they had like a submachine gun and a rifle, and then um, if they had a rifle and a submachine gun, and then they got into like a fight at long distance, they would ignore the rifle, or like if there was somebody in cover, they wouldn't use the grenade; they would just run in, which that will get you killed. Centering, that one is mainly just keeping your quote quote crosshair more or less at like chest level instead of looking at the ground. So if somebody appears out of nowhere, just shoot them. Um, Building loadout, this one was mostly, yet again, an experience, I'm guessing. But this one is basically have one medium range primary weapon and one short range primary weapon. Primary weapon is the two-handed stuff, so it's either like, so it's like the Vector, for example, is a two-handed primary submachine gun. You can also run like dual M1911s. It takes up 2 slots. I don't recommend it, but it counts as a quote-unquote short-range primary weapon, and then use the right tool for the job. This one, yet again, it is experience, but it's also knowing what to use when. If somebody's at 30, 40 meters away, don't use your submachine gun. And on the flip side, if somebody's 5 meters away, put away your AK and shoot them with your submachine gun. And then a couple of other points. So these are actually the main ones. Use a medium range weapon. They would either do like two short range weapons, long range, short range, or two long range weapons, and that does not work. Did not work well. Use everything you have. This one was yet again them like giving up high ground or not using nades or something like that, and it got them killed a lot. And the be aware what certain dangers entail again, which is depending on what your enemy has, know how to fight that. And then the things that they were good at is they had good aim, their sniping was pretty good, their decision making was pretty good, and their dedication to a weapon. So that was the previous notes, and now we've got a set of new videos to look through, review, and well, see how they did. So. Disclaimer, these are in solos, TAVG solos instead of TAVG solo squads, which is what I normally review. It's fine. They're a new player. I'm not gonna harp on them or anything. They do what they want to do. So just keep that in mind. That's why there's only 8 players, is because it's solos. If this was squads, that would be about like 20 something. So also key point, seeing as most of their stuff was mostly combat related stuff, they could loot okay, and like their movement overall was pretty fine. I'm mostly going to be skimming through for the fights, so here we go. Landing area is dangerous, to say the least, but if you're good at it, then yeah. Or not if you're good at it. Okay, and there we go. Fantastic. So this is the first one. First off the bat, the building your loadout thingy. Well done. They've got a short range weapon and they have a medium range weapon. Now I will amaze because like they're kind of trying to grab anything they can, but still, well done. Okay. So there might be other people around here, not sure, but we shall probably find out in a short bit. This is more looting. I will admit it is solo, so you can kind of just loot slower because there's not as much pressure. Let's see. Alrighty. Bum. That's not good. Hold on. Drive is a bit buggy at times. Okay, it was 226. So there we go. Okay, so they've launch padded out and they are flying to factory. I will admit, Area 64 to factory is actually pretty good. It's kind of like, I mean, yeah. Landing up top is good because it basically means that you suddenly have the strongest position out of everybody here. It also makes, if anybody sees you flying in, it's kind of hard to shoot you unless they have like a teleport or like stuff like that to just get up fast. Now, standing out in the open like this, not super recommended. I'm gonna be honest. If you're gonna check your map and stuff like that, make sure you're like lying down or something so you can't get shot, because this is, as I said before, it's the strongest position in factory and for like pretty much every area around. Which also means it's the most hotly contested and everybody wants to be here. Yes, I know there's 8 players, but still, as a force of habit, avoid just standing out in the open here. Like, do a quick sweep, like just like walk along here to see if there's anybody, walk along the other side to see if there's somebody, and then just go back to like the center or up another layer and then lie down if you're going to check your map, or sort inventory or stuff like that, because otherwise you're going to get headshot or sniped, stuff like that, and then forced to leave. And if you take the launch pad and they have a launch pad grenade, they can just chase you, which is not great because then you are hurt and running away and pretty much dead. Okay. AK MP5K, it's a pretty good loadout. Okay, so they're just, oh. Okay, so that's a bit outside the MP5K's range. Let's see if you, yes. Okay. Good stuff, bad stuff. Good stuff. You managed to win the fight pretty well, and you took cover once you shot them. Now, bad stuff. First off, you're probably going to want to start your fights with the AK for a couple of reasons. One, it flat out does more damage per bullet. It also does more damage at that range, and you also have more bullets to shoot, especially with the MP5K. If this were like the Thompson or something, okay, you have the same amount of bullets, but still, the AK is better. That's the main thing. So you start the medium range part of this fight with the AK, and then you end the close range part with the you start the medium range part with the MP5K, and you end it with the AK. It should be swapped. You start the fight with the AK, and then swap to your MP5K once you move into them. Second part that's kind of not great. The person sees you and has been shot by you and knows where you are. And so you jump out directly into their bullets. Now let's say that they had, what did they have here? They had an AUG, which isn't super deadly. Let's say they had an AK or a Scar H, for example. You'd probably be down to 25 health, and if there was a third party, or even if they were a tiny bit more accurate, you would probably be dead. Especially like if they weren't just standing around. Ideally, or not ideally, but what you really should have done here is you have a lot of cover. You do have the advantage of being in containers. Containers has a lot of places to go around to like run around and everything. What you should have done here is you can either jump out to the right here and then wrap. So you can jump out to the right here and wrap around these containers, and over here it's not great because you're still in the line of bullets, but you're not as easy to shoot. Or you can try jumping up here while still behind here. So you don't go over here. You just try and jump up here and like get your gun latched over the edge to pull yourself up. If you can do that, great. You can just drag yourself up and start shooting them. If not, whatever. Or you can just back up. You back up, fall down, and then just, I believe there's like a little if we do like a little X-ray of here, I believe there's like a little passageway right here that leads out to this person. Or if not, you can go. There's the containers extend like over here-ish, so you can walk out over here and then shoot the person again. Or even better, you could just throw a nade at them. Mainly because doing what you do here gets you, well, you take a lot of damage. And as I said before, if they had a like a higher damage weapon or higher DPS weapon, you would probably be very injured or perhaps dead. And also, this just, yeah, that's the main thing. So good fight, but a couple things to clean up. You're proning when you're looting. Very good. Bee Eater still has yet to learn this. But no, seriously, it's cool. It's really, really good skill to have because Lonley becomes really difficult to A, shoot, and B, even see. And even if they do spot him, like, it's probably going to be harder to see hit him because he's lying down. Now, obviously, if they run up with like a Mossberg or something, yeah, he's dead, but he'd be dead standing up or laying down. Laying down just buys him more time, and also he can like spring up and run away, spring up through a grenade, spring up like heal book, sawed off something, just more options. So, admittedly, there are 5 people alive, so there's probably not a high chance of you being third-partied here. So you could have looted however you want, but it's a good habit to have. That is true. So, alrighty. I'm gonna skim through this because it is a lot of running around. You don't have your weapon out. That's good. You have your weapon stowed away. Congratulations. You are improving and you are learning. Very good. And as you can see here, you're moving a lot faster and a lot more agile. You can also do parkour easier. Oh. Okay. Okay. Good fight. Good-ish fight. Okay, I suppose you had the right ideas. The execution was a bit iffy. Okay, so first off, you hear the person first, and then you spot them right here. You jump out, and you gun them. Well done. Unfortunately, you don't actually catch on the platform, so you can't pull yourself up and keep shooting, and you fall down. You run here, and then they run by you and try to run away. I think this person might actually be in need of my services. But yes, and you shoot them as they run away, and then as they round the corner here, you pull out the AK. Now, okay, admittedly, it's a very solid fight and everything. Not many complaints, but just a couple things I would say. Yet again, so, point 1. Okay, that's the first moment, and if it's like, right before there, it's... Okay, starting right here, we can see the tiny bit of red, and you can also hear that there's somebody else walking. And this is when you spot the person. So, here's the thing. In that moment, you actually have a stealth advantage. The person does not know you were there. They might hear you, but as you can see, they were expecting you to walk up the walkway here, which is, yet again, actually, this is another thing to point out here, is that running up these little side things here is incredibly valuable. It's incredibly valuable to get up around the tower because most people don't expect you to do that. So you can do this, and it lets you buy it. It saves you a ton of time to get up fast, and also people aren't expecting it. So well done. So here you see them, so you start shooting. Now you use the right weapon this time. Congratulations. I would have probably thrown a grenade. You don't really know what they have. Well, I mean, I suppose you could throw a grenade there and just kind of try and blow them up. However, this right here, you might actually be dead here if that person was a bit better, because they would probably be expecting you to run up and shoot you from... Or, hold on. So, you shoot this person from here. They get shot from their left, and nothing. There are 2 options, or 2 paths you could go to catch up to them. We have... Option 1 that you take up here. We have option 1 up this low ramp here. Option 2 up this ramp over here on the right. Now the thing is that they're probably going to be expecting this one, which means they're going to be aiming here, which means that the moment that you walk up, you're just going to get hit with a ton of bullets, which is not really good because bullets hurt. Now, you do have damage on the person? Yeah. But then again, especially if they have a very if they have something like the Vector or even like a shotgun or something, they're going to be dead. So instead of running after that person, what you should have probably done is just wait. Either go up here so you can still have cover as you're going up to the next floor, or just wait right here for like a second or two. If they run down, shoot them. If they don't run down, either run back up because they might be expecting you, probably not, or just yet again go here and then go back up here. And then this is the final thing. It's the same thing as the other fight. The MP5K has a 0.5 second reload. It is the single fastest reloading weapon in the entirety of the game. You could easily reload it in that time. And like, I'm not against you using the AK here, but also do keep in mind that you could have quite easily used the MP5K instead. And if that person had a bit more health because they were quite heavily injured, it might have been better for you. Alrighty. So you have some stuff. You've got recycling. Let's see. Ammo, loot. You're jumping down. Okay. Whoa, okay. Hold on. Alright, this is an improvement. Okay, so you spot somebody, and you jump down and you start shooting them. And then you reload and kill them. Okay, pretty good, I will say. Honestly, yeah, nothing. Good ambushing, and then, like, perhaps swap to your other weapon there once you realize you run out of ammo. But then again, it's the MP5K, it reloads super fast. You don't really need to swap to your next weapon. Oh, and they had a launch pad for you. There you go. Okay, and now you're gonna roam around here a bit. That's a car, I believe. That's a car getting jammed into a wall. Oh, alrighty. Alright, so you've been shot on your left. How are you gonna handle this? You're gonna run, you're gonna leave. Actually, I'm gonna be honest, that's a pretty smart decision. Like, quite honestly, pretty smart decision. You had two things you could do there. Drop down and heal up, or leave. Given that you don't know much about the other person and you got shot with what seems to be a Garand, they're a pretty decent shot because they hit you whilst you were moving and everything. Honestly, leaving wasn't a terrible choice there. So, well done. Now, are you gonna heal and are you gonna land and heal up, or yes, already good, good. You're at half health. Healing up is important. Okay. I appreciate the enthusiasm. Don't do that. That is crash landing into the top of factory is very cool, very stylish, and rarely ever works because of a couple of issues. The main one being that even if you do manage to stick the landing, you're still stunned for about half a second to a full second, during which the other person can shoot you. And if you say throw a grenade or something, you're also in the blast area of that grenade. So honestly, we should have done here is just throw down a grenade as you're running by. The cluster grenade, for example, would have been perfect for this. And then you fall off and the other person gets... I think they might get airstrike right here, though. Yeah. Okay. You're going to chase after this person. Whoa, risky. Risky, buddy. Okay, this is the right weapon thingy again. During this section right here, you should have had the MP5K out, and then once they start running away from you, then you swap to the AK because it's more suited for the like little medium range area. Also, running after somebody like this who's just hit you with some kind of crossbow weapon, you don't know what kind of crossbow weapon. No matter what kind it is, it hurt. Every single crossbow hurts a lot. The one exception is like the two specialty, the firework crossbow and the balloon crossbow. Those aren't really deadly. But like the auto crossbow, the actual crossbow, and the gauss bow, and then the alternate version of the gauss bow are very, very deadly weapons that will kill you very easily. So, yeah. If you've just been shot by that and the other person runs away, heal up at first, or at least heal up and throw a grenade towards them instead of chasing after them with your guns, because there is a quite high possibility that person could have like shot towards you again and you would just be flat out dead because the crossbows are very strong. Wait, it was a... You got shot by a crossbow, but the arrow missed. And hold on, right. Hold on, watch this. That's the arrow. That's their health bar. You got shot around the corner, and you took the damage of the crossbow, except the arrow didn't actually stick into you because you would be dead here otherwise. Wow, okay. Lucky. Very, very lucky. Also, yeah, honestly, healing up while doing this is fine. But, you could have perhaps thrown down a healing grenade here, because you did make a lot of noise, and there are probably going to be people around. Also, actually, I should probably start writing these down. Okay, Unlay. It is the 22nd of whatchamacallit, December. More or less 15 meters, not 125. 15 meters. Use your submachine gun or your close range weapon. Past that, or medium range weapon. I'm gonna be honest, it is kind of just a miracle that you aren't dead here, because you would probably be dead to that crossbow in any circumstance, but either because you have bad internet or just because it's Tab G, you somehow aren't. So, oh, okay. Keep at least one healing blessing. That's all I'm gonna say. Especially like cardio, for example. The faster you move, the better cardio is. And we've got a couple speed things here. The healing over time, the like passive healing over time, the fact that cardio, regen, and even like relax and recycle, even the relax and recycle have specific like trigger conditions. You have to either be laying down or reloading a weapon. Having that like passive healing that doesn't require you to use a bandage is incredibly useful, and especially for you who you're still not super like you're not incredibly good at the game and do tend to take a lot of excess or like a lot of damage in fights. Having that little bit of healing over time is really valuable, even more so than a bonus 30% speed, which is nice and all. Like, speed is great, it's really good, and it makes you incredibly difficult to hit, but like if you can't aim, or if you don't know how to use that speed, you don't know how to like move properly to avoid shots and to like and during fights, the bonus speed isn't doing anything for you. Whereas healing over time, it's flat out healing over time. Like, it's just good. And that is a fantastic play. So, you hear footsteps. It's metal headed towards you. So you realize that there's only one. There are a couple of things this could be. This could be somebody jumping up the pipework over here, which is very unlikely. It could be somebody walking over here, very unlikely, or it could be somebody taking the stairs. Much more likely, considering that you had a fight here you had a fight nearby just a short minute ago. And so, what do? You stand here, you're waiting, you jump around the corner, and then gun the person as they're running up the stairs. Fantastic play. Fantastically well done. That is good. That is good. Sorting your inventory out in the open isn't, but The random car noises is jarring to say the least. Oh, wait. Wait, I remember hearing this. You have a Gus spellbook. Hold on. So, hold on. We skimmed past this. So you see somebody up there. You know somebody's up there, and you can't really. It's the last person. You know that you can't get up there without getting shot, and you don't have much vertical mobility. They have speed, but they don't have jumps or anything like that. So you back off. Smart move. You try and look for like an angle or something. No dice. There's a supply drop right next to them, and you find the launch pad, which is actually, I'm gonna be honest, that's a fantastic find. That's really lucky. And so you throw on the launch pad, and then the person who is currently, you're gonna see them in a couple, like a second or so. They're right here. They're standing on the little crossbar. Start shooting you, hits you, you bounce off the edge, and then you gust them off the edge yourself. That is single-handedly the best offensive use of gust I've ever seen. Well done. Weapon, right weapon for the right time. This is the moment to use your AK. Are you gonna swap to your AK? Also, as I mentioned before, passive healing over time here would be really useful because right now they'd be back up to 100, whereas right now they can still get Right now you can get 2-shot headshot by Scar, but okay, I mean you used the bandage, but still. Unfortunately, oh, no, oh, nice. Poor guy is stuck. Okay, well done. That's honestly a very good game. Same thing here. Right weapon, just even though the MP5K has to reload a lot, it has a much higher close range damage capability than the AK does. It's got a faster fire rate. It's got faster reload. Everything. It's just easier to use here. Also, fun fact: if this ever happens, just throw down another grenade and then run. But honestly, for your first game here, very well done. This is much better than the previous stuff that we saw. You still have some things to work on, but overall it's looking good so far. So, okay. This is another solos game with only 6 people. Wow. Solos has very much died. 5. Wow, it has died down since I have been playing. Alrighty. So you hear footsteps that aren't your own. And okay, well done. So, you hear somebody above you. You know there's somebody above you. You have your gun. And so instead of taking the stairs to chase after them, realizing that you might get shot, you instead do parkour and surprise them. Now, admittedly, they never would have hit you. If they're a new player with a revolver. They couldn't hit a car if they wanted to, but or even if they tried, sadly. But still, well done. That's good creative thinking. Let's see. Summon Rock. I'm not sure what spellbook you grabbed, but we'll see if you ever sort your inventory. That's a legendary blessing. Are you gonna go for legendary airdrop? You are. Are you gonna find the legendary airdrop? Because I think you lost it. And you total the car. You total the car. It happens to the best of us. Yes, good, good. Absolutely put the red dot sight on the FAMAS. It very much needs it. Okay. Let's see. So there's really nobody around here. Okay, you're going to Area 64. Is there anybody around here? It does not seem like it. Oh. Run. Dude, you've just thrown that on us. Alrighty, well done. Very, very well done. Okay, so actually, let's see what happens here. So you stop and pause because you hear something odd, and you notice that there are footsteps above you. Okay. Pull out a grenade, and you're about to throw it in. You don't realize that the person runs by, so you throw down the grenade and start shooting them. Then realize that the splinter grenade is about to go off, and so you, very smartly, decide to run out the building. And then the other person just gets splintered to death. Well done. And you decide to wait out the grenade so you don't die to it. Very well done. Oh, you're already playing better than B Eater. Not entirely, but still. Well done. And no, their loot is up to your left. Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay, those are some good scores. Alrighty. You're a bit of inventory sorting. Personally, I'd say don't do this. The VSS is a mid-range weapon. It can be used close range, yes, but it's like using the AK close range. Unless you have a lot of practice with it, it's rather unwieldy, and it's not really designed for it. There is probably a good amount of other things. And you already have the AK for like that medium range stuff, so either swap out the AK for the FAMAS or keep a submachine gun plus AK. But AK plus VSS is difficult. Very relaxed. You already have Vampire, you don't really need it. I think you're hearing things. Oh, the poor guy gets crushed. Okay. So you hear the footsteps, notice the dude, throw down the rock. Well done, honestly. Good move here. And then you start shooting the guy, and then he just gets hit with a rock. Honestly, fantastic play. That is very funny. Alrighty, there are 3 live. This recording is getting... Oh, you get minigun, don't you? Alrighty. So, you see here how you're running away and you are at low health and in a lot of danger, especially if the other person chases after you? This is why you pretty much always want to have at least one healing over time blessing. For example, the relax that you saw earlier instead of the vampire. So, here. Well, it's always, there are obviously, like, if you have a legendary speed, a legendary spray, legendary storm, don't swap out one of those for a common cardio. That's, yeah, but otherwise, at least try and have one one time blessing equipped. And very importantly, Vampire does not count for this. Vampire does not count as a healing over time blessing or something like that. You have to hit people to activate it, which means you have to be shooting people, which means you have to be in a fight. This is bad, especially if you're a slightly newer player, because it means that you have to put yourself in danger, and since you're slightly newer, you're not very good at disengaging from fights, which means you're going to take you're either going to take just unnecessary damage, or you're going to take more damage than you healed back from vampires. So you start the fight, you get hit, you go back into the fight to get health back, and you just leave the fight with less health than you started with. Now, the other person is not chasing you for some reason, which honestly they should be, but actually, we're going to back up here. So you biff the thing, you get up here. Okay. This is the using right weapons at the right moment thing. This, the VSS and the AK, you did not need to jump down from this rooftop up here. I'm going to be honest. You could have easily just thrown nades at this guy, or even better, just stood up here and shot him, or stood on top of these trucks here. They make for pretty good cover, and not this one because you have to jump up, but this, actually, yeah. both of these trucks, they have to have some kind of additional mobility. You either have to do parkour from here to here to here, or they have to have a jumps blessing to actually be able to get to the top of this and then shoot you if you're on top of this laying down. However, so stay up there. However, closing distance like this, especially when you have a VSS, which really doesn't need you to, it's a very short range weapon. Or actually, it's not. It's the opposite. It's a medium range weapon. You can use this from 10, 15, or like 15, 20 meters easily. All right, so you heal up. If you had like a relax or something, this would be a lot faster. Okay, good shots. So they've got a minigun. Are you gonna? Good. Okay, this is what you should have done earlier. Use the jumps blessing to throw down grenades and then jump back to cover. Okay, you land yourself a headshot. I think you just got sniped. Hold on. Let me watch. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. The quality is kind of not good. I think you just got shot or sniped, which is incredibly unfortunate, given that I was the second to last player. Yeah, you got Car 98 headshot. That sucks, but I will admit it happens. So honestly, pretty good fights there overall during that game. That last section with the minigun would have been much shorter, and you might not have lost this. But overall, you're getting better. Also, I mean, 5 kills in a 6-player game is pretty damn good. Okay, let's see. Pardon me. Allergies. Okay. Now, if you see this at first, you might be thinking, Lonely, what in the world are you doing? This is a terrible idea. You've just heard and seen musket projectiles fly by your face. Now, normally I would agree this is a terrible idea. Running directly into somebody who has some kind of musket weapon is usually never a very good idea, because you're going to get one shot, especially since you don't have any health blessings. However, if you'll notice something, you see one person up here, one tiny dude, and then if you pay attention to this top right section, or the top of the screen here, boom. It was like a split second of a frame. This person is fighting somebody else. There's another player nearby. And as you just heard there, 2 guns went off. 2 flintlocks, actually. That means that they were dueling each other. That shot that went towards Lonley wasn't actually towards Lonley on purpose. It was by complete accident. It was because the other person missed. As you can see there, that's the first corpse, and that's guy number 2. Now, I will admit, running towards somebody who has a Mossberg, or Mossberg and or MGL and or flintlock, 2 flintlocks, is incredibly dangerous. All 4 of these 5 weapons are weapons that kill you instantly at close range. So maybe don't barrel stuff, but besides from that, pretty well done. Alrighty, this is more looting. Do you do more fighting in this, or around here? I forgot. You might. Okay. Let's see. So, if you'll notice there was an extra set of footsteps. There's somebody below them, probably 1 to 2 floors. So they're either on the upper floor, right below this section here, or they're right below this, or they're on the floor below that has the barracks room, the one with the lockers and the bunk beds. And boom, there's somebody there. Land a wonderful Luger headshot and then just clean up with the Vector. That's just such a clean fight. Fantastic. Fantastically well done. Alrighty, let's see. So, yeah, that's fine. Alrighty. So you're running around an industry looking for a fight. You launch pad because there's nobody here. You're looting a bit more. Looting more. I forgot how much solos is just pure looting when there's nobody in the match. Okay. So you hear an explosion go off, and you notice there's nobody up here. This could be a dangerous landing spot if the other people noticed, but they didn't, so it's pretty good. Okay. Good and bad. Good, you managed to take them out fast, pretty easy, no issues. Bad for 2 reasons. One, nope, the minigun. 2, the weapon you're using. So, one of the points of the original review that I did is to learn what weapons are and to respect their to respect them. For example, if somebody has a Kar 98, you're probably going to want to avoid fighting like around here. This is pure open field. This makes it very easy for the sniper rifle to shoot you. In the same way, the minigun is an incredibly dangerous weapon within about 5 to 10 meters, depending on the recoil control. That's it. Beyond that, the minigun's chance of hitting you is pretty slim, even if you're a very good player. What does this mean? Well, what it means is that when you're dealing with somebody who has a minigun, what you should be doing is staying outside of that 5 to 10 meters. And you can do this because you have the Vector. The Vector, despite being a very fast firing high damage submachine gun, actually has a decent amount of range. It can fight like 0 to 10 meters, but it can also fight in the 10 to 15 and a bit into the 15 to 20 meter range. And you also have the Scar H, which can fight like up to like 60 meters with minimal issues. So this is an issue then, because what you do is you see the person, you see that they have some large weapon on their back. There are like there are a very small amount of weapons that actually do this, that are this big on the character. One of them is the really big Barrett. 2 of them are the minigun and the mega gun, and I suppose like the AA-12. No, even then, not even the AA-12. It's either the really big Barrett, some weapon with like a heavy barrel on it, or both of the miniguns. Which means that as soon as you see this, that you realize that this person has some very large metal weapon on their back, and it's very clearly not a melee weapon. Do not close the distance, because if this person spotted you, had that person spotted you and actually shot you, you would probably be dead, because the minigun kills nigh instantly at close range. And given the you're lucky. They did. I will admit they were stunned by a very lucky implosion by whoever is down on the other side of this cliff here. So perhaps that isn't as much of an issue, but still, by manner of principle, like the minute you guesstimate or like have an idea of what the other person has, take that into account. If you realize that they have a sniper rifle, try and close the distance as soon as you can. If you think they have a blunderbuss or a minigun, try and make distance as fast as you can. Even if it turns out it's not a blunderbuss, it's actually a musket, or it's not a minigun, it's actually a MG42. Doesn't matter. It's still a good habit, and then you can like rectify your mistakes later, and like maybe if it's like, for example, if it's like an MG42 instead of a minigun, yeah, you can close the distance a bit, but still, you don't want to be in super close range of an MG42. So that's the main one. Is be careful of weapons. You can guess what they have, react accordingly. Now, I will admit, accordingly. Wow. Now, I will admit sometimes this might be wrong. Like I said before, if you think they have a blunderbuss, turns out they have a musket. You make distance, and you get shot with a musket. Yeah, that happens. It kind of sucks. But if it turns out your guess was right and they actually did have a blunderbuss and you don't take 200 damage to the face, then, well, you're going to be a lot happier, and you're also going to be alive, which is very important. So, that's the other thing, or that's the first thing. The other thing is you're using the Scar here, despite having the Vector, which is much better in this scenario than the Scar. What I said before, between, like, up to 15 meters, use your close range weapon. Past 15 meters, use your medium range weapon. You really should have used the Vector here. Admittedly, they were stunned and everything, so you can kind of use whatever you want, but this is an issue that comes up in again, and I will mention it when it comes up again. Now, the third issue, there's still somebody here, the person that threw that implosion. Perhaps. I'm not sure. Okay, no, they might have actually died to the grenade that Lonley saw as they were flying in. Yeah, no, it seems that they died. Either that or they just left. Okay, so no worries there. It's your World War Z town, and you're going to factory, and you've got yourself an orbital strike. Alrighty. So, what's happening here? You see a flash a thing, and somebody is here. Use the right weapon at the right time. This is absolutely where the vector should be used. As you can see here, this is actually kind of it's kind of unwieldy to shoot the Scar at this close of a range. I will admit, I mean, like, you get the kill, so well done, but still. There we go. And that's what you should have done. That person has a minigun. And what do? You don't move forward. You stand there and you shoot them with your vector. And as you can see there, you hit them for about 80 damage, which is a lot of damage. And they hit you for 12. Or, like, I think it was like 14, 20 damage. This guy. Now, you really should have used the vector here, especially considering you're barrel stuffing. And barrel stuffing with the Scar is kind of not easy, I'm going to be honest. But and then you pick them off as they run away. Well done. Oh, is this the one with the... It is. Okay. So you hear somebody running up above you. And you get taser Mossberged. Okay, I'm going to be honest. That's just unfortunate. It's kind of part of playing Tab G. It really, really sucks. But I'm going to be honest. Maybe... I suppose, like, maybe if you hadn't gone so close to them, this wouldn't have happened. Because, I mean, you don't really need to be that close for the vector to work, but still. Alrighty, you do this, no issues. You get yourself 2 guns. AK plus Kar 98, I'm not the hugest fan. I wouldn't recommend this to, like, slightly newer players, but it works. If it works, it works. And if it's what you have access to, it's what you have access to. Okay. Ready. So you're fighting somebody, and you hit them with a burn, and then you shoot them on the way down. Well done. Grab the ammo. You get musketed here, don't you? Or, like, flint locked. Yeah. Okay, that one kind of sucks. Although, then again, you didn't actually need to do this. First off, this is the Scar. You do not want to get it, and you want to avoid close range fights with the Scar. Second, you have a Kar 98. The Kar 98 is one of the sniper rifles in this game, and sniper rifles are incredibly good in this game. So while you have this, what you might as do is you might as well take advantage of it and just sit on the rooftop and snipe the person. I mean, like, all you have to do is hit them once and they lose 78 health. You swap over to your Scar, you shoot them once again, they're dead. It's like, take advantage of the Kar 98 while you have it. But still, this is yet another second place, and you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kills. Actually, hold on. No, 8 kills in this game, which is pretty good. I will admit that's an improvement. Alrighty. Exactly. That's my I am glad to see you are keeping up to date with my content. Let's see. So 9-person lobby, and you're landing a big. You have a Mossberg. Use the Mossberg. Actually, you should have started with the fight with this. You should have started this fight with the Mossberg, anyways. Like, I know it wasn't loaded, but just stand back for a minute and reload it. Okay, so you get the kill. Nice. Oh, I see. You get Winchestered. Ack. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Nice! 2 kills already. Let's see. And oh, this is right. This is this. And then you get shot by Grant. I'm gonna be honest. There wasn't really much you could do. There isn't that much cover around here, and the person probably heard you. I will say though, you probably should have gone. You probably should have backed up here to this to these things here. And this is just because the other person heard you fighting here, or at least heard you fighting twice here. So they know that there's a fight here and they're going to come investigate. So if you back up there, it'll probably buy you a couple of seconds at least. You might still die, it's part of Tab G, but at least if you can buy yourself a couple seconds, you can get back up to like 45 health, and you can maybe land 2 super lucky headshots or a very good Mossberg thing, and then continue the game. Whereas sticking around at the scene of the crime, or wherever you were fighting, will probably get you killed. Now you come back, thing. So there's somebody down there, and you've got a VSS. How are you going to handle this? And unfortunately, the answer is probably going to be jump into their face with the VSS, but I'm holding out hope. That is not something you want to do. Most of the time, if you throw a grenade, whether it be a stun grenade, an implosion grenade, one of the explosive grenades, or something like that, you probably don't want to follow up by running into where you threw the grenade unless you have a 300 health or something, because most of the time, you're just going to get hit with either the effects of your own grenade or the damage from your own grenade. Now, I will admit, you do actually manage to escape off of the edge, so well done there. Water gun. You don't have a Storm Blessing, so... Hey, you hit him for, I think, 4 damage, so props to you. I think, actually, that might be enough for you to kill with the VSS in 4 shots. Oh, that's a Gospo. You do not want to get close. Okay. Alrighty, you managed to take them out. Pretty well played. But still, yeah. Be careful with grenades. They are as deadly to you as they are your enemies. Okay. VSS Gospo, yet again, this isn't really great combo. VSS is a medium to long range weapon, or Gospo is medium long range weapon, and VSS is a medium range weapon with some usefulness in close range. But yeah, you really should grab either yourself a rifle, like one of the assault rifles, not the VSS, so like AKA, SCAR, stuff like that, or a submachine gun to go with the Gospo. Oh, personally, I don't think you should be using the Gospo, but to each their own, so. That's a fantastic shot, I'm going to be honest. Wow. Well done. I will admit you did have the luxury of standing still to be able to aim and shoot because they weren't much of a threat, but... Alright, a little bit of editing stuff. Well done. So, you're seeing down looting. There's a gunshot. Maybe it's towards you, maybe it's not. You don't know. You go to the menu, and you run over here. I will admit it probably would have been better to like stay behind that little thing again until you hear another shot or something, but still, you heard a shot and you moved, so well done. That's all. This is also actually pretty clever. I will give you props for this. So, you heard that there's probably a sniper, or if not, a Garand or something. And so instead of running out in the open, which is a direct line here, you run on the side here, which makes you kind of difficult to hit. Actually, it makes you really difficult to hit or even see. Now, admittedly, you do have to, like, jump back into the open to be able to grab, like, to cross, because that's how it is, but... A mega gun. Interesting. But yeah, no. And same thing here. You run down here so you don't get shot, and yeah, there you go. Other person is kind of oblivious, and bam, 5 kills already, which is quite impressive. That's the guy who killed you. And that's the guy with the Grand who shot you earlier. Nice. Well, you got your revenge, so congrats. Also, you have a lot of normal ammo. You should probably grab yourself a normal gun. Or a gun that uses normal ammo. Okay. Okay, this might accidentally be one of the best gospel plays I've ever seen. So, you're running up the stairs, and boom, you get ambushed. This is what I mentioned before. As you can see here, VSS is kind of unwieldy. It doesn't really handle super great in close range scenarios. Okay, whatever, but oh, hold on. Okay. You hear running above you. You should probably be a bit more careful when going up. And actually use like a saw up or something to go up instead of taking this very obvious stairs. However, I will give you props. So you missed a Gospo. Very ambitious to go for an early Gospo shot. It hits the ground. It charges up and it blows up. And Oh no, no. I thought so for a minute. I thought that the actual explosion of the gospel arrow hit the guy and then killed him, but no, you just managed to get lucky with your shots. Alrighty. And so when you go and heal, you heal up. Very good. Yes, this is what you should do. Uh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Would you mind opening your inventory again? I'm not sure why there is a compensator on your gospel. I think it's just because you need the slots and you don't have anything else better to put on it. So I will admit that's actually pretty fair, but still, that is kind of cursed. Already a little bit of Steam stuff. Alrighty, and you're going to grab the airdrop. Whoa, okay. That's some good stuff. So, Epic Hunt plus charge. You can go really, really fast with this. I don't know. I wouldn't do that. Mainly for the sole reason that you have the VSS and the Gospo. Most of the time when you shoot somebody, I mean, like you will slow them down, but the Gospo is a one-shot weapon. Yeah, it doesn't really need the stacking ice effect that ice offers. Oh wow, yeah, no, you are zooming now. Okay, so this is where you died earlier. Let's see. So it looks like you're probably gonna run VSS Gospo for the rest of the game. That's fine. You hit the car, didn't you? No, you hit the person? What? So the dude hits a rock thing. And you actually managed to hit them. I'm impressed. Rare insight, my god. Okay. Well, yeah, no, that's definitely... Pardon me? That's definitely better than, whatchamacallit. Also, somebody just threw... So, it's the last person, and they threw in... Oh, okay, you should move. Also, you should activate your charge that you have. It's really good against people trying to close the distance against you. You know the charge blessing that you have that you used earlier? The one that's really good against people trying to close the range with melee? You should use that now to reposition. You should really use that. You should shoot them with your VSS and instead of trying to land Gospo shots. Yes. Okay, good. You're doing So that fight was about 20 seconds too long, but that final part played out well. I will mention this though for future reference. I know that you're probably wanting to style on them, whatever. For future reference, this moment right here. So you've just heard a melee person chasing after you. If they weren't trying so hard to get the melee kill, they would probably be shooting you in the back right now. Charge, your little handy blessing right here, is fantastic for this. It is arguably, it's one of the best get me out of here tools that you have that isn't teleport or something like that. And it's on a pretty short cooldown. Why is this? Well, you move really, really fast. And on top of moving really fast, you move really fast for a duration of time, which means that what you can do is you can backpedal, so run backwards, as we see here in right after they mess right here, is you can do this, and so you can start running backwards, fast, and also shoot the person as they're trying to close the distance with their katana or shoot back at you. Because right now they move faster than you. They have the katana which closes distance. But yeah, right here you could have what you just did with the sawed off. You could have easily done with the charge and been shooting them with a VSS during it. So I'll admit you were kind of messing around here, but you managed to get the win. So well played. Okay, two more. Oh right, this one. Okay. I suppose this one is I will admit I have not seen you use grenades much, and there definitely have been times where grenades would have been very useful. So you go to area 64, which is dangerous to do in a 45-player solos lobby. I'm not sure if this is solos or actually this is solo squads. No, it is solos. Yeah, this is kind of dangerous to do, mainly because if you have this many people, you're bound to have some really good players, and they're the kind of players that you might not be quite ready to fight yet. Also, there's somebody coming up the stairs. You should probably grab yourself a second, more accurate gun. Alright, so you run down the stairs, spot somebody, you throw down an implosion grenade, and you run down. Okay. The plan here, fantastic execution, a bit messy. Quick tip. What you could have done is, because the implosion grenade works purely on line of sight, you could just sit at the top of the stairs, right, where is it? Right here, pretty much. You just wait right here. And then as soon as this goes off, you go back down the stairs. You don't actually have to run all the way here. Or if you do run all the way over here, come back in through the windows. There are no windows on this side of the building. I forgot. Okay. But anyways, still. The plan, good plan. And nice. Now, quick little thing. I don't know if you know, but when people are down, they drop the weapon that they're holding. That person is holding a burst gun. Probably one of the highest DPS guns in the game. You should probably go grab that, especially since you don't have a second primary weapon. Also, you're getting sniped. Now, I will admit, the grenade bounce, it sucks. But the plan there was actually pretty good, especially this. Also, this is really clever. The getting shot part, not so much, but the peeking around the corner to try and shoot them, I will admit, I don't really see that much, but it's a very clever plan. It's just, you need a slightly better gun to do it with. The MP5K is not really the gun for that. However, this is just a terrible idea. I mean, you're kind of screwed. It's Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a very good player, but also, you are at less than 10 health. You can die to a bullet from literally every single gun in the game. What you should have done instead of fighting this person is you should have either thrown down the smoke grenade or ignored this person, gone into the building, healed up, and then gone and shot this person. And then, so, yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure this is just unfortunate timing, right? Right. So you actually do pretty well here, and then you just get shot. Yeah. Yeah, that kind of... Actually, hold on. No, wait. You were playing solo squads, weren't you? Wow. Well, for your first time playing solo squads, this is actually pretty good. Honestly, this is mainly just being careful. Or at least, yeah. Avoid starting fights with, like, less than 60-70% health. It's pretty bad for your long-term health.
What?
Alright, let's see.
What?
They land shack, which is a very dangerous place to land. And you just point blank murder that dude. Yeah, it's a crossbow. What do you expect? And you get miniguns. Okay, yeah, don't stick around in shack too long. It's like Area 64. If you stand still, you're gonna die.
That is many. Okay.
Let's see, what goes wrong here? Did you just get run at by the other dude? Oh! Oh, it's a hacker. I see. Okay, yeah, you're just kind of screwed. That sucks. But you did well. You almost had them. So, honestly, that's all the games we have. Alrighty, so here's a couple of other things I picked up. So this is the current list. There's a couple of other things I picked up on while we were watching this. Don't forget to equip guns. Several times I've seen you run by compensators or red dot sights scopes for guns like the AK, and the AK really gets a lot better once you have a compensator thrown onto it. So, yeah, I would recommend that you do that. It's like 5 seconds. You do it more towards the end, but it's still a good habit to have. So yeah, there's that. Um, what else? Uh, you don't need to barrel stuff be accurate. If you do, gun suited for it. So what I've noticed that you do a lot of is what's called barrel stuffing. Barrel stuffing is what it sounds like. You stuff the barrel into the face of the enemy, which more or less translates to getting as physically close to the enemy as you can without having the gun like pass to them. It's getting like as close as you can to the enemy to shoot them. Now, we'll admit this is fine if you're using something like Dual Mac 10 Storm, where you really need to be that close for the guns to have any effect, or if using something like the blunderbuss, the Glockinator, stuff like that. They really need you to be in that 0 to 5 meter mark. The rest of the gun, pardon me, the rest of the guns, how and especially the assault rifles, and even more so submachine guns, don't, pardon me, don't really need that. You can fight at 10 to 15 meters with a submachine gun and it doesn't lose any effectiveness. Like, yes, I understand that it's harder to hit shots. That's why you barrel stuff. But still, if you can, don't, because most of what it does is that it gets you into trouble. Now, if you're barrel stuffing as a conscious choice because you want to, then use weapons that are more so suited for it. For example, use stuff like the blunderbuss, the Glockinator, the minigun, melee weapons. For example, melee weapons are great at barrel stuffing because they need you to be close to other things. So if you do something like AK plus katana, that's a pretty popular loadout and it's quite good. You use the AK for like medium range, and then you close the distance, and you can still use the AK at close range, and you can also just run up and stab them with the katana or slash them with the katana. Otherwise, however, if you're not going to use weapons like that, you don't need to be that close to enemies. You can just sit a bit further away. Another thing, however, um, spend it's like 5 minutes a day aim with. I will admit, your aim with like sniper rifles and, for example, with the Gospa was fantastic. Ignoring the fact that the enemies did not shoot back much, that was still you still did pretty well. Like, whatchamacallit, your aim was still pretty good with the Gospo, ignoring that the enemies like were mostly standing still. But and with the auto weapons, it was all right, but it is like I mentioned before with the barrel stuffing section, you don't really have great aim, so you get as close to enemies as possible to make up for that. If you don't really understand what I'm talking about, go see the video before this, the third Bee Eater review, and skip to the final section where I pull out MS Paint. That's pretty much exactly what I'm talking about here. So just spend 5 minutes a day in the firing range, just practicing with the dummies, shooting from like 10 meters, 15 meters, 20 meters, and maybe even a bit further back. Not that much though for that further back stuff. Mainly practice shooting between 10 and 20 meters, and over time you will notice that your aim will improve. Obviously, if you use those weapons in game and you take fights at those ranges, it's gonna be better because enemies shoot back and stuff like that. Just do these drills. It's 5 minutes a day. Do it right before you hop into solos and everything, and your aim will improve. What else? Um, Honestly, I don't think there is really that much else. Mainly this stuff. You have improved drastically since last time. It is quite honestly, it's not night and day, but it is a very, very big step up. You don't There's no more running around with your weapon. There's no more getting stuck in on like walls. There's no more like completely ignoring grenades or stuff like that. I or actually like you do still do stuff like forget about your grenades, jump off high ground to get a kill. That's the barrel stuffing part. Stuff like that. Obviously, you have more time now, but you're still like in the grand scheme of things, you're still relatively new to TabG. It's part of the learning process, but yeah, I will say I am very happy to see how much you've improved. So congratulations, you have made progress, and I am excited to see well what's gonna happen next. So Thank you. As for everybody else, thank you all for watching. If you want to be the subject of one of these videos where I talk about your gameplay, let me know. You can find me on Discord, either Gio's a Planet, it's just Gio's a Planet, same name as my YouTube channel, the Landfall server, or via the description in the Discord in the link. It's my own personal server. You can also just email me, giosaplanet@gmail.com. It's pretty easy. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you next time with the. Actually, it won't be a review. It will be a gameplay video. And yeah, I know it's been a very long time, so that's gonna be fun. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Ciao.